Can you watch my stream?
Yeah, it's fucking fun, no?
We can play the water here. I think we can play the water and get a lot, maybe.
Oh shit, yeah, speed gun, that's true.
Oh, we can raid the boat! We can raid the boat! That's their... Oh my god, if we raid their boat! If we raid their boat! Yeah, look, they're all running their shit on. Oh, look, it's going!
But it feels like plenty, man, I still get blown, but I don't sip Henny. I'm laying in the back with a Maybach Benny. 2025, yeah, my jeans still heady. This is pain, not blood, I'm feeling pain. I'm sipping syrup, smoking up, I feel it in my brain. Try dress like me, I'm not the same. I'm a winner, man, this rap shit is a fucking game.
Guy, I headshot him. I headshot this guy, but worse.
Screaming my fucking name. Yeah, yo, bitch, and I know more, you need a fucking team. I'm really rolling like name up.
He's an attack carrying on both. Why did he drop? He's an idiot. Okay, I'm gonna get another AK. Bro, you need to wake up, man. Yeah, shoot me. Baby boy. Oh my god, this is actually very good. It's very good.
One on deep by the base. Listen, the boat base is not even everything, there's so much in base as well.
Try this instabag, Spawn. Okay, bro. Alright. Did you see what just happened?
How?
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Han är där sig själv. Nej.
How you do?
I'm really smoking flavors and Bottega got my back up.
What's up, guys? It's Logan Rush Mike.
Okay, wait, shut up. I gotta fake a reaction real quick. Holy shit, we're getting raided, bro. We're getting raided. Fuck, they built a bridge? Oh, they all want off, dude.
No, but it's no matter, it's not really important.
The SPOoOKS.
Yes. How do you know?
You're lying.
No, of course not.
You're lying.
No, of course not.
No, this is SPOoOKS.
Yes, hello.
No, what?
Yes,
No.
yes.
SPOoOKS.
A best
Dude,
market manipulator.
This guy is the one who makes things go extend.
Yes,
Yeah, maybe.
I control the market.
It's him. Oh my god, I'm a fan.
Thank you, man. Hello. Very nice to see you. I have not had any inspiration whatsoever at all to make a video on anything in the last while, so that's why I haven't done it. However, now I do. I have very much inspiration to talk about the state of Rust and what I think content creators, they always want to address this, but at the same time I never think they bring up the right points. And also, I found something crazy. I'm leaning heavily towards releasing a video on a new pay-to-win item next week. It is insane, and I think it has a property to it, a way you can use it, which I think there is no other way at all in the game to do it. It's amazing, but that's for next week. Okay, state of Rust. I think that a lot of content creators, when they criticize Rust, criticize the gameplay. And I never think that the gameplay is the biggest issue that Rust has, or has had in a long while at least. And I think if you look at the overall game and not just go onto a random server and see 4 bases where people sit inside their base, the game has been growing for continuously for like 10 years. They are doing something right, and they probably understand at least somewhat how to make the game enjoyable. I think the latest updates have been amazing. The Workbench update, Deep Sea update, these are great updates. But when I see content creators talk about them, they only bring up like the small problems that they have, which are super easily fixed, in my opinion. In terms of gameplay, it's super easy for Facepunch to fix gameplay if it's not in a good state. So in my opinion, if you're complaining about the gameplay, sure, but this is not a big problem. This is a problem right now, and it gets fixed or not down the line. I think the actual biggest problems that Rust faces is community problems. It's problems between the people who play the game and how they interact with each other. So I think there are two problems which are two of the greatest problems, and the first one I want to bring up is the relationship between stream viewers and streamers. So if you watch almost any streamer, I feel like every second stream or so, they are in the worst mood because they're absolutely PTSD'd out of their mind from stream snipers only playing the game to try and ruin their shit. They can't play the game normally. I think this has terrible consequences for the community. So the streamers, they are in a terrible position. They can't really do their job, and they have PTSD. They can't play the game normally. It's terrible, and that leads, in my opinion, to a lot of negativity. And I think the negativity itself, it lets, the underdeveloped people see, oh my god, I can actually, my action can affect the world. So they are more likely to snipe again. Now this can also lead to a super weird situation if you like the streamer, in fact, and you watch the streamer a lot, you know exactly their base, what boat they're gonna build, etc. Because when you play on the same server over and over again, you're gonna know other people as well, and you're gonna know who goes to oil rig, who goes and who's likely to win. Also, about how good these players are, so you can't play the game normally either. Because let's say I know this guy on my server, I know he's good at winning oil rig. A lot of the time, the best play might be if you die on oil rig, you go with a DB over to his base, or you go with spear gun and fins and sit outside his base and wait for them to try and get oil rig loot. Now, what happens if this person is a streamer that you recognize? Okay, so then I run the risk of actually getting banned if I say their name, hello, what's up, blah blah blah. So really, if you're playing next to a streamer and you're actually a competitive player, you run directly a risk of getting banned, which I think really sucks. And I don't blame the streamers for this. I don't know how to solve this problem either. It's just such a terrible problem that the community and its content creators has. And I think this in turn is so sad that you cannot have an interaction, a positive interaction with the streamer outside of their stream chat. Now, the second biggest problem is the general attitude of group players. I got aware of this the last year, but it seems that every group I join think that it's okay to cheat and that it's the only way to stay competitive, because all other groups, in their opinion, use some kind of cheats, like they have an ESP in the team, or they buy they pay someone to go ESP another team to see where their loot is or whatever. And this, I think, is absolutely terrible for the competitive integrity of Rust. I think it's one of the worst things in the game that you know someone is cheating and you still play with them. I think this is, in the end, a game killer. I see cheats only getting more and more hard to find, with DMAs and whatnot, and this is it's such a sad situation where skill is not the important part of the game. It's just having the better cheats, it seems. Now, the most terrible thing about this is that if you do not accept people in your group cheating, and you want to play the game legit, you get severely punished. Finding a group without cheaters is a task in itself, but also finding a group and then realizing someone's cheating, you have to start all over again. Essentially, you need to either play like a very small group, or you run a big risk of having to leave a group and, you know, leave their relationships. I mean, someone can be like a cheater and still a nice person, and you have to leave them, which sucks, of course. But I think the only way to go about it is that you need to leave if someone is cheating. I think probably the only way to fix this issue is that the groups who want to play legit are going to have to be very punished for a while. They have to probably kick players, and they're gonna have to always be at a disadvantage if other groups cheat, which is a terrible situation, but probably the only way it could ever be fixed. And even if groups set a higher standard, they can't get around, like, what if a closet cheater is in the group? It's very hard to get around this problem, but I think probably the only way is to change the attitude. People need to respect themselves, and there needs to be, someone has to set competitive integrity into the general player's mind. Now, how do you create pride, which a community wants, of, like, often, in my opinion, a bit immature, maybe socially, and a pretty young player base? How do you do this? Not sure. But I think maybe this is actually something FacePunch should look into. How can you make players really value having, like, a clean record of not playing with cheaters? I'm not sure what the solution is, but I think it would affect the game very positively. I think it's a little bit weird that this is not what is brought up when you criticize FacePunch. It's usually more about, like, anecdotal, at least what I see, it's more about the gameplay changes, which I think in the long run, it doesn't make a huge difference. It's not what decides the bigger picture, if you will, in my opinion at least. So how could FacePunch possibly solve these problems? I think maybe for the first problem, which is unhappy streamers, is make an environment where it's harder to get stream sniped. I think it's like, people can always get around getting banned and so on, but I think if we put a standard to, like, if let's say you get reported on your account 5 or 10 times, I don't know what the limit is, for stream sniping by streamers, like, make it so that streamers can report someone for stream sniping, and then you get a pretty big timeout if you actually get reported, and you set it to hardware and whatnot, because I think most stream snipers use their like normal accounts. Like, it's not maybe the stream snipers who are giga eager, it's the like normal person who decides, I'm gonna mess with this guy. I think those probably are a bigger problem. I actually don't know, but I think just some way of protecting streamers would be a great addition. Now, for the second problem, which is that people only get punished for trying to avoid playing with cheaters, I think there has to be some kind of system. I think Dota has a system which sort of rewards players for having a good behavior, and I think in the long run, these are some great things. Like, imagine also if you could set up as a server owner something which would let like people with really good reputation only join the server. I think this could be a great environment and something people would strive for to like play in. I don't know, we'll see. that's my takes on Rust's biggest problems. Please tell me what you think. You don't have to agree with me. Feel free to criticize me. I'd like to hear what you think about this. If I'm completely wrong here and it's actually gameplay is a much bigger issue than this. And also, if any streamer or content creator wants to share their mind, please do so. I'm very eager to listen, and because I'm not sure myself, maybe I'm completely wrong. Very curious to hear what you would think. Lastly, thank you very much for watching, and if everything goes to plan, crazy pay to win next week coming out, so don't miss it. Subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.
Jeg og Angel var på tippen, og I dag vi på playa. Trimkittet fra Nederland og whippen blitt til Ajax. Gul farge på Cooper har nå blitt anmalt I Kairat. Bellen ifra Biltema kun blitt med I Al-Qaida. Eurodan på kroppen kan ikke gå med Moncler Maya. Fyr fjorden I Pattaya, Ocean 2 ned på kaia. Den der stilen blir jeg leia, unge subba blitt så breia. Du vil stoppe rappet, kanskje begynne å paye leia. Dette får den ifra Grangedal til